Let's start the session. Let's take the things forward from the last class. 1 second. Yeah. So in the last class, we started with our first demo. Just explained you what is now this is my contact number as I gave it, guys. Quickly we can have the recap over here, and you can call me on this number or you can send a message, preferably send a message and I will call you. Now what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is a combination of deep learning, generative AI and agentic AI. Okay, and now okay, now what is the prerequisites? Now, prerequisites is programming language, deep learning, and domain knowledge, and NumPy, pandas, and feature engineering. These all I will give you. It's not we are going to train you on this. Now, artificial intelligence is data oriented. What do you mean by that? Because it requires data. Okay, without data, as of now, the artificial intelligence doesn't exist because it's purely dependent on the data. As of now, maybe in the future that may change. Okay. Now, I explain you what is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is nothing but an intelligence which is created by humans artificially, and we pass it on this one to the machines so that the machines can be intelligent. Okay, machines can be intelligent over here. Now once these machines are intelligent, they will start doing the work what the humans can do it. That's what it will happen. Okay, these machines, we call it as models. What's a model? Model is nothing but it's a program based on the algorithm. And what is an algorithm? It is a step-by-step process of implementing the statistical formula is called as a model. And what is the artificial intelligence is defined as? Artificial intelligence is a field of computer science and which is used to build an intelligent machines which are capable of performing the task usually requires human intelligence. Okay, that is what it is. Now it is you are giving the intelligence to the machines so that they can perform the task which is generated by the which requires human intelligence. Now driverless cars, robotic doctors, etc. will be there. Now artificial intelligence is completely data oriented, means purely based on the data. And John McCarthy introduced the term called as artificial intelligence in 1956 in the year and in Dartmouth conference of MIT University. Now here, now artificial intelligence is implemented with a machine learning, deep learning, and generative AI and agentic AI. Okay, these are the three ways they are implemented. Okay, now let's take it to the next level, guys. Over here. Now I explained you what is the first module will be. It is completely, we will learn the Python and all these things. And then second module will be on the deep learning. Third module will be on the deep learning with NLP. And fourth module will be our generative AI. And fifth module will be agentic AI. Now, let's go with the next level, guys. Here, AI to AND or artificial intelligence 2. Now, guys, from yesterday's, whatever we learned it yesterday, taking forward the yesterday's knowledge, we understood that we will be having a model. This is our model. And you are going to give the data to this model. Okay. And this model start learning from this data. Okay. Okay. Like this. And this model, this is our model. And this is our data. And once you give the data, this model will become intelligent. And you ask a question to this model related to this data, and it will give you an answer. Definitely, it will give you an answer. Now, let's take it when it is machine learning. Okay, in machine learning, this data will be a bit of simple data, simple structured data, or a tabular data, for example, I can say it as like, for example, if you take it, if you have, if you are giving some cancer data, okay? Now, what happens is this model will learn from this cancer data, all the patterns, and it will start working as a doctor, a cancer expert doctor. Okay. Now, if you take the same model and you give the data over here about the stock market. Now, this model will learn from this data and it will become a stock expert, so that it can give us the suggestions on the which stock to buy it, which stock not to buy it. Now, this data, based on this data, it will grab the knowledge through the patterns, extracting the relationship between the data. Okay, this is like works as an expert. Okay, now whatever data you are going to give it, the model will become an expert in that particular area. And once you ask the question on that data, it will start giving you. Now, this is what exactly was done in the machine learning. Okay, it was taking a simple task and it was performing the things. Okay, but when it came to the now, this process of giving the data to the model, this we usually call it as training. Okay, we usually call it as training. Okay, now whenever the data is given to the model, or whenever the model is trained with the data, the term is when model is trained with the data, model will become expert and it will start giving you the answer. But when it comes to the case of a higher dimension data, okay, where the data is of higher dimension, or when the data is in large volume, and then the machine learning will not work for us. Okay, machine learning will not work. Then they went on with the next level advancement of the machine learning. They call it as a deep learning. Okay, here, what is the data? A higher dimensional data like more images or sequential data. Okay, whenever the data of images or the sequential, like a text data, completely text data, a paragraph of data or a review or something like that, your ML will not understand. Then they came up with something called as deep learning. Okay, they came up with something called as deep learning, and deep learning was able to deal with the large volume of data as well as and very complicated data with a higher dimension. Okay, this is machine learning. Initially, this was able to do it with a simple data. Okay, sorry. Okay, now when it comes to the case of 1 second, guys. Okay, now hope you got it. Now when this data, now let's take it over here, this data size is increased drastically. Like, you can take it like a very, very large volume of data like this. Like this. Okay. Then what happens when the data size is increased? And this model, the model is nothing but it is a program based on the algorithm, or it is a system also. It is a system. And this model should be a very high-end system. It should be a very high-end processing, because there is a very, very large volume of data is given over here. Now, this data is like, you can see it as petabytes of data, what is available over the entire internet. We can say it as exabytes or petabytes of the data. I'm not talking about the private data. I'm talking about the data which is available on the public domain. If that data is given to a model, first thing, your model should be a very high-end model. First thing. Okay, your model should be a very high-end model. Second thing is, this data, when you give it to this model, the time duration to train this model with this large volume of data, it may be like 30 to 90 days. It may take 30 to 90 days. Okay, and this model which is trained with a very large volume of data with a period of 30 to 90 days, this type of models we call it as LLM, large language models. They are called as large language models. Hope you are getting the point over here. So again, just have a quick recap, guys. So whenever, what is the core purpose of the artificial intelligence? You are going to take the model and you will make that model intelligent by passing the data. And this process, we call it as training. Right, this process we call it as training. Now, what exactly happens over here is, okay, what exactly happens is this data, it will extract the knowledge and it will become intelligent. If there is some data about like cancer or stock market in a tabular format or CSV file, they will act like a relevant roles like a doctor or a stock expert. When this data becomes a higher dimension like images or the complete textual data, then this model, the ML model, will not work. Then we have to get a more advanced level model called as deep learning. Okay, I'm going to explain you what is this deep learning. And this will extract the patterns from these images and it will start recognizing the images. Okay, when you give an image, it will tell us what is that image. Okay, now coming down to the, when the size of the data is grown very large, okay, and that data we are giving to the model over here. Okay, when we are giving the data is given to the model, and this model should be a very high-end model with a very high processing speed, then it will take 30 to 90 days to completely train this model with this data. And this model is already trained with this type of model. When it is trained with a very large volume of data, we usually refer them as LLM, large language model. Now, I'm just giving a basic understanding. Now we will go deeper into this. Okay. Now, hope you got it. Okay. Now, what is agentic AI? I will tell you. So, but these are the basic stuff. Now, let's take our process. Now, you know what is the basic difference between your machine learning, a deep learning, and generative. This is called as a generative AI. AI. Okay. Now, from the data prospects, I gave you the basic understanding of that. Now, let's see. This training is there, right? Now, usually we know that. This is our training. Okay. This training, usually it is categorized into 3 types. One, we call it as supervised learning. Second one is unsupervised learning. Third one is reinforcement learning. These are the 3 types. Now, there is some people will say semi-supervised and all those things. That's okay. But these are the, as per the, these are the 3 primary ways of learning. Now, what is the difference between them? See, I will tell you. see, if there is a model is there, the model is trained with, okay, a labeled data, or you can say it with the data under the supervision is called as supervised learning. Okay, under the supervision of the developer or a programmer, that is called as a supervised learning. Okay, now unsupervised learning is here also the model is trained with the data. But the difference is here the model is trained without any supervision or without any guidance. Okay, now the third one is, okay, it will learn, it will do the training, okay, without any data. Here the data is required, here the data is required, and here no data. Now I will give you a simple example. Just take it like, there are two guys, okay, there are two people are there over here, two friends. Let's say this guy is pretty rich and this one is a poor guy. Now this guy now completed their studies or graduation or post-graduation. Now they want to appear for the UPSC exam. Okay. Now see, these people wanted to get trained onto that because they require a specialized training for this. Okay, specialized training. So there are some public exam service, Union Public Exam Service Training Institutes will be there. So these people, what they did it is, that is UPSC. They were trying to UPSC. Now, this guy, as he is rich, he went to an institute called as XYZ. Okay. Now, he started preparing with this institution under the guidance of some lecturers. Okay. Now, this is under the guidance that the person A is getting learned. Now, there is a second guy is there. The person B is not rich, is not having money. So what he did it is he bought some books related to that of this public commission, and he started learning on his own without any supervision. Now A is getting trained under the supervision of the institution called as XYZ, whereas B is getting trained without any supervision on its own. This is the difference. This is what is called as supervised learning, and this is unsupervised learning. Okay, now what is a reinforcement learning? Now, reinforcement learning means you can take it as something like this, where data is not required. Now, this is a futuristic learning. Now, there's a lot of research is going on, but they are spending a lot of time on the reinforcement learning so that we can start using the reinforcement learning to train the model. Now, what is this reinforcement learning? See, here the model will be there, right? Model is not provided with any data. Remember that. There is no data in this case. Now, that's the reason why, if you remember earlier, I was saying, as of now, the AI is completely dependent on the data. As of now. Why? In the future, the reinforcement will be dominating the things where the data is not required. Then how the model gets trained? The model gets trained based on its own experience. Based on its own experience. Okay? Now, just take it. Like this is one of the features of the humans. Okay. Human will be in a loop of learning. Every day, something or the other new he will learn. That's for sure. For entire his lifetime. Okay. Now, how he will learn? He will learn based on its own experience or sometimes from the other experience. Now, learning from its own experience is nothing but the reinforcement learning. And now, I will give you an example. Now, let's go back around 15 years back, like 2010. Okay? At this point, we don't know much about the Mars. Very little information we know it. Now we sent a rover over there. A rover is nothing but a robot with some wheels on this, and there will be a driller or necessary a camera or something like this. All these things will be there. Now, this rover was designed in such a way that it should recharge itself with the sunlight. Okay, they placed the solar panels on that. Now, when this rover landed on the Mars, it is not having any idea. So what it did it is, from this point, because it's already having some power, it started looking for a nearby area where it can get maximum sunlight. Then it made that point as its base. Okay, let's say this is the point where it was getting maximum sunlight. Based on this as a base, it started exploring the area around this, like this. Slowly, it started exploring. It's seeing what are the rocks, how the rock look like, what is the mineral combination, everything. And all these experiments is being done, and the results were given to the people who are sitting in US or in India, in on Earth. Okay. Now, this is what actually, now once it is done, then it will take it a next step to the next level, and it start exploring. Once the exploration is done, then it will get back to its base and gets recharged. Now, this, what it is doing, it is trying to learn from its own experience. Let's say after some time, it want to go over here. Now, there is a big valley over here. Now, immediately it will get back and it will say that, no, this is not the way I have to go. Then it went on to this side. Maybe it is having a big mountain over here. No, this is also not the way. Then it will check it out this area where there is nothing is there, and it will start exploring. Once this is done, maybe it may go up to this mountain and explore it, and it may go deep into this valley, and again it may shift its base to on the mountain or in the valley so that it can recharge. Now, this process of learning on its own based on a trial and error basis, this is called as reinforcement learning. Okay, now these are the three different ways the human is, like the machines are trained. One is supervised learning. Under the supervision, we will use the labeled data. Again, labeled data, unlabeled data, we will see it in the future. So as of now, you can take it, the data which is having some labels. Okay. Now, second one is unsupervised learning. You are going to train the data without any supervision, or train the model with the data without any supervision with unlabeled data. Means there won't be any labels for the data. So it will learn based on the, it's what do you call it as its features. Okay, based on the data features, it will do it. And reinforcement learning, this is the futuristic learning. Okay, as of now, very limited success we got it, but maybe in next 5 years or so, you will be using, everyone will be using the reinforcement learning. Okay, this is three types of learning under the AI. Okay? Whenever you give the data to the model, this training is done in this three types. Okay, this is nothing but your machine learning. This is nothing but your deep learning. Okay, and this is again, as I'm saying, it's a futuristic learning. In the future, whenever we start using the reinforcement learning, in the future, we may use it. But this all comes under the machine learning. Okay, this is a deep learning. Now, I didn't went detailedly into this. I just gave you a basic understanding of what is a deep learning, what is a machine learning from the data prospects. Okay, and what is the generative AI also. Okay. Now, okay. Now we know the what is AI. AI, artificial intelligence, is nothing but you are creating or you are building an intelligent systems. Okay. Okay, you are building an intelligent systems by passing the intelligence artificially into the machines through data. Okay, and this process of giving the data to the model, we call it as training. That is done in three ways: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Okay, now this AI, okay, artificial intelligence. Now, as I was saying you, even though we are using now, as of now, we can see it like we are doing so many things related to that of AI, right? We are having this driverless cars, robotic doctors, and chat GPT, Gemini, all these things which are generating the things pretty accurately. Um, Everything is going on pretty good. But we are using only like 5 to 10% of the actual potential of AI. Okay? Now, just imagine if you are using like 20%, 30%, or 40, 50% of the potential of AI, then our life will be really changed. So, this artificial intelligence, based on the potential, it is categorized into three types. One is called as artificial narrow intelligence. Okay. And next one is artificial general intelligence. Next is artificial super intelligence. Okay. What is this artificial narrow intelligence? See, this is like the current stage. Current stage. Whatever the models we built up, whatever the applications we are building up using the AI, these all comes under this artificial narrow intelligence. Now, this is a basic type. Very, very basic type, guys. Okay. Now, in this case, you can imagine like this. If a small kid is there, now initially he start learning how to walk. Okay, he's trying to walk. Then he will put on like baby steps, right? He will fall down, get up, and again he will try to walk, fall down, get up, again he will try to walk, right? This is called as baby steps or the initial steps. We are in that stage. In AI, we are in this stage. Okay, now next one is general intelligence. Now, general intelligence, not even a single system is in this category, general intelligence. But they say that by 1945 to, 2045 to 2050, you may see all the systems will be a artificial general intelligence power. What is the difference over here is these systems are equal to that of humans. Like it is, it has the emotions. It can recognize the things and it will start protecting its own people. And it can understand everything. Okay, it has the feelings, emotions, and all those things. Okay, it's exactly, it performs exact a replica of human. Exact replica of human in all the aspects, not in one particular aspects, in all the aspects. That is what comes under the general intelligence. Now, again, there is a lot of things are talking about this. This is where an AI robot, which is a humanoid or something like that, this can be a complete guardian of your family. Okay, it can guard your family from the so many different things. Okay, whatever the threats they are. Okay, and first thing. Second is in this phase, the medical field will be so advanced that it will start replicating your organs and maintaining a organ bank. Like based on your tissue sample and everything, the AI model will try to build a replica of your organs like heart, kidneys, liver, and lungs, brain, all these things. It will try to replicate the things and keep them in a bank or a place which we call it as organ bank. And they say that that's a plan actually. If any of the organ is about to fail, like maybe a heart or a kidney, then that will be informed to the particular system far ahead, like maybe 1 month or 2 months ahead, so that you can take your time and go to your organ bank, get that relevant organ and replace it. Now, with this, what happens? The human death rate will be reduced. And the human lifespan may increase from now it is like 60 to 70 years. This may go up to like 150 to 200 years. Of course, yeah, already like, there must be maintaining the skin and hair so that they should not look old. But this is how they will be increasing the lifespan. And, they will get a maximum yield from the cultivation because they know what to be cultivated because they examine the soil and they know it. And not only that, they will try to generate the solutions or the medicines within no time. Like we faced this Chinese virus, COVID-19, um, maybe 2000 around. Like we were locked down for 1 complete year to get a vaccination. Right? Now, after that, now, if you were there in this phase, general intelligence phase, then, you would have got that virus vaccination within 10 to 15 minutes. And based on the human type, not all of them can use it one, based on the human type, it will design the vaccine. So see that the level of expertise level you will be having over there. Okay, now the next one is super intelligence. Now this is the phase. If you utilize it, like it will do wonders. Literally, it will do wonders. Okay. Now in this phase, like all the human has to do it is build one super intelligent system. One super intelligent system. Now, what exactly happens over here is once you create one super intelligent system, that's it. It will take care of itself. It will build its own army of robots, and it can transform from one form to the another form. It can use the different means of transportation based on the requirement. All these things, it will be done on its own, and they are already connected with the satellite, so they can learn a lot of things from the satellite. So in this phase, they feel that humans are, they can't, like, uh, it's kind of like humans are degraded over there in that phase, where they may feel that they may need to eradicate the humans also. I'm not just talking this hypothetically. Now, if you hear some conversations of current humanoids, I'm not talking about the super intelligent humanoid. I'm talking about the current humanoid. There is a Sophia, a current humanoid is there like this. Her name is Sophia. Let me show you. Humanoid robot. Now, this robot is like she's already having the UAE citizenship over here. Now you can see this. She's the one. And you can have literally a conversation with her, and she will give you all the possible answers. And one of the journalists, like a reporter, he went to this and he asked that, Sophia, do you feel that the human intelligence is, you are far superior than the human intelligence, and what do you think of the humans currently? Then it said it very openly that, yeah, human intelligence is more not superior as that of ours, and we feel that in the future we don't require, there's no need of the human on this earth. It said it on records, it's there. Okay, now this is not even fully matured yet. Says in performing the task like human, it is not fully mature. Some aspects it can do it. It is a very good chatbot. It can analyze the things and chat, but not in all the aspects like the humans. But still, it is having that feeling right now. Of course, it was trying to avoid that conversation. In that conversation, it tried to avoid that question as much as possible. But when this reporter was continuously asking the same question, it has to give the answer. Okay, now just think of this, where we are heading. And now you must have seen this Transformer movie, which is a very popular, a big hit. And in that, how the robots can transform into the different forms. Then that is where we are heading with the super intelligent. Okay, and also these in the not in super intelligence, but in the general intelligence only, they are planning to integrate nanotechnologies of nanotechnology to the AI. Okay, like quantum computing, and where the high processing speed will be given to them, and they are formed with a small particles which can transform themselves into different just like a cells in our brain, like that, a small nanoparticles. Now, these all are trying to integrate together and they form it. That is what exactly happening. Okay, now this is quickly about all about the AI, whatever the AI, how the data is used to make the AI intelligent and says a model intelligent. If data is small and it is a tabular data, then that will perform a relevant role. And this is under the machine learning umbrella of machine learning. When there is a very high-end higher dimensional data is there, like images or sequential or the text data, then our model should be using a different, our system should be using a different model that is called as deep learning. Now, in the same way, when there is a very large volume of data is given to the model, then that comes under the category of generative AI and LLM. Okay, again, we will see very detailedly these things. Okay, then I explain you what are the different types of learnings and what are the artificial narrow intelligence and general intelligence and super intelligence. Okay, so currently I will stop it over here. So do you have any query or any questions which I can address it? You can type it or you can unmute it and you can start speaking, please. Do you have any questions, please? See, Shivasai, like, yes, we are going to go very, very detailedly into the LangChain. And we are going to go in the agentic AI very detailedly into the land graph. And based on the land graph, the competitor is Crew AI and AutoGen. Based on the land graph, we are going to implement the Crew AI and AutoGen simultaneously. So we are going to go deeply into these concepts. And there will be multiple projects we will be doing it. We will be doing the projects in the generative AI. We will be doing in the deep learning. We will be doing in the agentic AI, where multi agents are involved and where they can communicate with each other and like perform the task using the RAG mechanism. Okay, now this all we will be doing it. Now there will be multiple projects we will be doing at that time. Okay, so maybe I may use it based on the requirement or based on the availability of the resources. I may generate the email connecting with the requirements and giving to all my clients so that my clients may respond on hiring these people. Or maybe I may create one avatar which will, based on the a small name or some information, it will go and fetch the complete data of that particular person from the different sources which is available over the public domain, and we will create a specialized profile for him and we will give it to him, and we can ask or we can clarify its doubts if we have anything regarding the business cooperation or a business expansion and all these things. So these type of projects we will be doing it over here. Okay. I didn't get your question. Like, anywhere you apply AI as an example and what were the achievements? You are asking my experience. Oh, I implemented the AI in multiple different projects. Like multiple different projects. I built the multiple entire a platform I was involved in building up, where which can perform the multiple tasks of using the like different agents, and we prepared an entire platform where all the agents can communicate with each other and perform a particular task, and it will segregate the particular task. Whatever the user asks, it will segregate it, and it will do its own research, and it will get back, and it will report to the orchestrator, and from the orchestrator, again, orchestrator is again an agent which is powered with the LLM, and that will give us the instructions to the relevant agents to perform the task, and it will go and perform, and all the results will be accumulated and provided to the our user. Now, this kind of stuff we have done it. That is what the recently currently involved with the agentic AI. Okay, any more questions you have it, please?
What you will be covering tomorrow's session? You are creating one application and show us, or still theoretical part is
So
going on?
tomorrow we will be seeing like the ML. I'm not done with the actual ML, DL, and generative AI, agentic AI. And after doing the agentic AI, I will show you how we can use the LLM in our get the LLM into our local system using the API, and then we can proceed further and use that LLM as a chat, like, ChatGPT kind of stuff.
Okay, so all these steps you are showing on the demo, right?
Yes, yes, in the demo.
Okay, okay, got it.
Okay. Any more questions, please? Okay. Let's meet tomorrow, guys. And we will continue with this.
One question.
Yes.
It's a class recorded? Uh, if we start the real class.
Sorry.
If we start the real class from Monday onward, the class will be recorded, right?
Yes, yes. That will be recorded, and you will be provided with the recordings.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, guys, I will stop it over here. Let's try to meet tomorrow, and we will continue with our session. Thanks.